This is Alex Barnwell with Barnwell Insurance and Financial Services. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about property insurance. So the first thing we want to do is go over the coverages. So the first coverage in property insurance is coverage on your residence. You always want to make sure that you have 100% of the replacement cost evaluation of that property. Because in Tennessee, if you have less than 80% of coverage for what the adjuster says your coverage needed to be, then they will depreciate your claim. So we want to make sure we have no depreciations on claims. The second coverage that you have with homeowners policy is other structures. So basically that's anything man-made not attached to your house. It could be a fence, a swimming pool, a shed, a garage, whatever it is. And you automatically get 10% of the coverage that you chose for the residence as coverage on other structures. So you don't have to buy anything unless you have something that's more than that. The third coverage is personal property. So with our policy, 75% of coverage A is what you have for personal property, and that's your stuff. So if you just took the roof off of your house, grabbed a hold of the sides of it, turned it upside down, shook everything out in the yard, well, that's what's covered, is everything in the yard. Now, the one thing you got to be careful of with personal property is sometimes you need to schedule personal property. So if you got something that goes up in value over time, like guns, jewelry, things like that, then there's limits in your personal property coverage to that, and you need to schedule those things individually or put a rider on those and cover them individually. The fourth coverage here is living expenses. So basically what that does is that reimburses you or pays you to live somewhere else while your house is being repaired or rebuilt. And the deductible that you choose only applies to these four coverages. Now, in addition to those coverages, you've got personal liability coverage. Now, what personal liability coverage does is I call that stupid insurance. So if you do something stupid and somebody sues you, then it's your personal liability from your homeowners that protects you in that lawsuit. And then what we also suggest is that you get an umbrella liability policy for an additional $1 million. And those are very inexpensive. They're usually less than $300 a year. And then the last coverage on property insurance is medical payments. Medical payments is limited to your property itself. So if somebody gets hurt on your property, then they will pay, and all the ones we do, up to $5,000 for injuries that happen on your property to avoid going into a lawsuit in the personal liability. If you have a medical payments claim, then that is not a chargeable claim, whereas a liability claim would be chargeable and make your rates go up. Now, the other things that Horace Mann does, remember we're the teacher company, but again we have scheduled personal property options. All of our homeowners policies cover you for identification theft, ID theft, and then we cover you for school fundraisers up to $1,000. So if you were responsible for collecting something or products or money or whatever, and that showed up missing, we got $1,000 worth of protection right there. And then anything that you use for education, if it's stolen out of your car or damaged, at your school or whatever, then we got $1,000 worth of coverage there before you ever have to hit a deductible. Also, we also give you $1,000, up to $1,000 to replace stolen keys. And then we have the mortgage payment recovery. So if you can't live in your house, not only are we going to pay for you to live somewhere else, but we're going to pay up to $1,000 a month for 6 months towards your mortgage payment on your current house. And then if you're renting a place, we'll pay you up to $1,000 for 3 months. So that's in a nutshell a 30,000 foot flyover on how property insurance works. Again, we're the teacher company. Or educator company, so in a lot of cases when we compare, you got better rates and much better coverage when you compare. So if you want to learn more about it, go to the QR code below, scan it on your phone, fill out the interest card, we'll get back with you, and also enter you into a weekly door prize drawing. Thank you.